Hey guys, it's TK and welcome back to another blueprint video. On today's video, as you saw from the thumbnail and the title, we're gonna dive into the Zap Lalo guide. I would say this is the second one, but I'm gonna show you Zap Lalo on diamond bases, box bases, and also anti 3-star bases, and what are you looking for in these attacks. So without any further ado, let's just dive in and see what bases we have today. Alright, we got the first base and it is going to be a diamond base. Now my approach on this one is a bit more simpler and a bit more, I would say, like nicer than a Sui or a Lalo approach, because we're gonna go and zap whatever it is behind the town hall, and also we're gonna activate the town hall. So that means I'm going to flame flinger this side. I'm gonna slightly angle it so it wouldn't go too much to the left. Otherwise, you know, of course we have the king there, it could get tricky. So a giant, a loon, just trying to take out this wizard tower and the Tesla. I think the Tesla might target my flame flinger, so you know, not the best placement, but yeah man, it's gonna damage me a bit. It's fine, we make mistakes, man, no one is perfect. Now for the Sui part, I wanted the king and queen to go to the scatter shot like alleyway, so I'm waiting for this flame flinger to do a bit of funnel. Then I can go in with the king, of course, but here's where it gets tricky. Just because of the way the flame flingers opens the wall, sometimes your Sui could go wrong, so keep that in mind. Now the king with a headhunter or two, I usually drop 2 on the enemy king just because we have 1 for other heroes, but now this king could potentially go in. Let's just see how I manage to kind of move him around. But that is the first mistake with the wall breakers, because now the wall break doesn't give king access to the scatter shot, but because of the skellies, he's gonna come back and go to the bomb tower and then to the town hall. So he's gonna help me and the flame flinger to get the town hall, of course, but we're just gonna have to rely on the queen now. Poison for that clan castle to come in. I don't know why people still run the super dragon, but yeah man, some people still do. It could still work out on a few strategies, but definitely not on a Sui attack like this. What I want was generally a nice path for the loons to go to the single inferno and also take out the scatter shot and the monolith with my king ability and the queen ability, maybe even grab the enemy queen. That was my goal, but it's fine. We're not gonna be the perfect Sui value on this attack. Going in with the warden, of course, on air with a lava hound and the royal champion at the beginning. Usually what I like to do is drop another hound here, but this is where you should kind of know when you're gonna pop the warden ability, so that's why the hound is being dropped back there. More loons on the sides to make sure my main pack keep going to that multi inferno. I'm gonna rage the core because they have air expos and the multi inferno. It's gonna be tough. Now you have 2 freezes, of course. I didn't use it with the Sui, so now I can use it with the royal champion, or let's say this last inferno was a multi inferno, so we could have got that as well. Get those loons inside. Now don't forget, the most important part after the Sui and the Lalo drop is the minions. Yes, keep dropping them wherever you drop loons, man. Once you drop those loons, drop a few minions behind them, but just don't forget you don't have as many minions in this army. And let's go to the next hit, which is going to be an anti 3-star base, and I'm going to show you how to crush that super easily. And we are here on the anti 3-star base. But what is the goal? What are you looking for? It's completely different from the last base, just because you don't really want to flame flinger the town hall. It's not that possible. We have a king in front of her, and in general, what you are looking for with the Zap Lalo attack is the multi and the expo value. But you need to make sure, okay, once I'm gonna zap this multi and this expo, what about the Sui? That's why on this attack you're gonna see I'm going to lightning that warden tower and the expo, and then I'm gonna separate my heroes. Once for the king to go for the scatter shot. Now I get a bit unlucky with the full Tesla farm on this side, so you can use the Skelly spell, of course, if you see a full Tesla farm. And yep, that's it. I'm gonna go with the ice in front of the king, and then I'm gonna go with the queen to funnel the king inside that area. Notice, only things I used for funnel was loons and then the queen. I didn't use wizards or the sneaky goblins. And now with the queen being on that path to the town hall, This is where she can get the Town Hall. As you notice, I dropped the champion with the king because I didn't think the king would have got the value I was looking for, and that was a mistake from me, dropping the champion in a place that she would eventually end up going into a monolith, especially when we didn't pull the CC yet. So don't do that mistake. Battle drill with the Lalo. You can see I haven't got the Town Hall and I already started with the Lalo. This is what I like about Zap Lalo. You know, it's very unlikely that you're going to time fill just because everything happens so fast. With that battle drill and headhunters and this beautiful warden ability, we're going to be able to completely got that whole core. Make sure these loons are raged up going into the Inferno Tower. I choose to go for a freeze on the scatter shot just because it's raged up. It can damage more than Inferno. Plus, you can see now we have the drill that was gonna go to that direction anyway. So if I would have freeze the Inferno, the scatter shot would have ended all my loons and the battle drill would have gone to a different direction. So that's how you can see I'm managing the spell placement too. Because you have two free spells, usually try not to use the first one at the very beginning. Use that warden ability. In case you're going into an Inferno Tower, you can haste and freeze a few loons for that, or just maybe freeze a rage tower before it gets activated, so then you can pop a later warden ability. But on this one, I'd rather have the earlier warden ability, and then for the back end we'll have free spells. Well, yeah, that's it. That's how we can get it. Let's go to the box space, which has a very interesting and unique way to get it. And we are here on the box space, and guys, the way I hit this space is just so overpowering. And what I like to do in Zap Lalo, when I'm doing a zap, some people might choose to kind of path the heroes with the zap, but on this space I'm making the back end weaker for when I'm finishing with the Lalo there. I'm not gonna send the heroes anywhere close to the place I zapped. I'm not sending the Lalo anywhere close to the place I zapped. Same as the siege machine. As you can see, the flame flinger is nowhere close to that area. But why? What is this kind of planning? It's interesting, trust me. And with this Town Hall on the outside, you can get it with both heroes. You can also kill the CC, and this is like a queen charge. It's like sending my queen and king or something into a certain area and then having the flame flinger on one of their sides just doing his own thing. Two headhunters on the king. Once I can see the CC is Titan, I'm going to go with that poison. Always keep the poison in case there's a lava hound, or well, there's some super minions sometimes, but yeah, keep that thing. Okay, I'm gonna Skelly spell in front of the multi. I know that is not the best decision, but you can see it's already tanking that ground expo nicely, so my queen has more time to reach the Town Hall. Now the flame flinger value is the scatter shot. That is the whole point of why I dropped the flame flinger on that side. Once the queen ability goes off, she's gonna easily take out that Town Hall, and look at what is left. We're never going to dive into two sweepers with our Lalo push, so I'm going to leave this area for the back end and start my Lalo into the top side into the enemy queen, which is a super nice thing to do, going into an air hero and finishing her off really quickly. Now the first hound always dies super early, so I'm gonna go with another hound with another angle, make sure there is no trap for my loons, and then we're gonna go with some headhunters and another hound. So I use 3 hounds before I use the warden ability, and that's how we're going to overpower this space. Because look at this warden ability, hasting the hound, make sure you have some loons on the sides to go in, and then look at these free spells and rage spells. Because we made the back end weaker, there is no scatter shot, there is no inferno towers, there is no enemy heroes. That's how we are absolutely demolishing this box space from this side. And I just generally love the way you can go around the Zap Lalo with a lot of entrances, a lot of zap values, a lot of siege machines that you can use. And well, that is what we used on this attack, and I hope you enjoyed this one, because the next one, it's gonna be a bit tricky the way I do the Sui. It's not gonna be the best Sui value you've seen today, but we're gonna dive into it and see what it is. And we are here on the next base, which is another version of a diamond base, and it's a bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie. But what I wanted to do is, of course, we don't have any zap value on the lower side, so your focus needs to be on the Town Hall side. Now when I see the zap value on the multi infernos and the expos I'll try to then go around it with either Sui the same side, which in this scenario, well, we have a town hall in the corner and the Infernos are far from the monolith, which means we could tank it with a skeleton spell. But you're gonna see what happens. You're gonna see my heroes get nothing of this Sui value. Now I'm gonna go with the Sneaky Goblin to funnel this queen, make sure she goes to the left, and then once she's a bit closer to the damage, I'm gonna go in with the Ice Golem, of course, and then of course the Skelly spell with the king. But you're gonna see what happens with this king, man. I don't know, somehow the monolith still locks onto her. This wall breaker, I really wanted it to kind of open a wall at least, but it didn't. So now we are in a way, you know, just kind of looking at the base and thinking, I was like, hold on, I don't think my Sui is gonna get the value because my king is nearly dying and the queen is in front of 3 Ice Golems. So what I'm doing is to funnel with these loons. I invested a few actually to get this queen, making sure she goes in, helping her with a, you know, archer and something. And now I'm like, okay, if the warden locks onto this queen, she might not get it, but we have another problem. The queen is going to path down, which means, yeah, she's gonna completely dodge the town hall, and with those eagle shots you need to pop her ability. So, you know, it's a bit weird how you have to kind of switch around, but we went with the battle blimp here, and this is something you can do also. Try to take any damage from around the town hall, then battle blimp the town hall. Our Sui value, I think we got 1 monolith, guys. That's honestly what we got with the enemy queen. So monolith and enemy queen, I invested that much. So now we're gonna go in with a small group of Lalo, funnel this air defense, and then the main group to go to the core with the royal champion that I added to kind of make sure the Lalo path is more narrow. 1 more hound, 2 more headhunter. We're gonna go in and pop a very nice ability here and range them up. I know I didn't get the loons on the lower side, but they don't need to be in the warden ability. Look at them, they're distracting the scatter nicely, so my main pack can now reach the scatter shot. And I know I told you I'm not gonna go into double sweepers on the last attack, but on this one we had to do it because of the way the base was set up for us, and we would have reached the eagle super late. Now champion and the diggy did their thing, but the Lalo was good enough to have all these loons left for the back end that does have a few, you know, air targeting defenses, but nothing crazy, and my queen is still alive. That's why sometimes you need to start early, because let's say there was so many traps here, that queen could have been the, you know, the person to finish this base off. That's why sometimes you need to start early, even though, you know, the Sui isn't perfect, you didn't get the best value, maybe you even missed a zap, but just make sure you start early, and that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you need more guides on Lalo, but we're gonna make sure we put up a screen for you right now to click on it and go and watch some Lalo guides that I did in the past. Hopefully I'll see you soon on the next one. Take care and peace.